So today we are starting with again our next second chapter, mechanical properties of fluid. Okay, for this chapter our next topic is actually certain wonderful next topic is actually surface tension. Okay, so what is surface tension? So actually in real life we are observing certain wonderful phenomena in nature, right? So they are actually, for example, when you consider here small insect, so small insect can uh, walk on the steady water or on the still surface of water. That is why when we consider water is at rest, so small insect can walk through the free surface of water. Okay, similarly very light object, if you consider for example needle or very light wooden block. Okay, so like this very light object, those are having very light weight. Okay, so that object can float on the free surface of steady water. Okay, so what is the reason behind? Okay, similarly if you consider, suppose we consider a liquid, that is water in a container. Okay, and certain capillary is dipped in that container or beaker. Okay, suppose capillary means the small glass tube, that is the glass tube having very fine bore, having very small diameter, so that is known as capillary. So if you dip the capillary in that liquid or water, so the liquid level will be rising up inside the capillary. Okay, similarly if you consider the beaker of mercury, and if you again here inserting or dipping some certain capillary inside that, again you will observe rise of liquid here, but the shape of the meniscus will be different. So what is the actually here the reason? Similarly when you observe always liquid drop or water drop, or you will say rain drop, so anything like that will be always having spherical shape. Similarly soap bubble is always having spherical shape. So the reason behind is actually surface tension of liquid or surface tension of water. Okay, so what is surface tension? So to study surface tension here, we will actually introduce certain terms which we will be using while introducing surface tension. Okay, so certain terms we will consider first here. So first here is intermolecular forces. Okay, so inter means in between, molecular forces, so you will consider here force of attraction between molecules are called intermolecular forces. Okay, so when you consider obviously when you consider one molecule and second molecule, so there will be always force of attraction in between those two molecules, so that force of attraction between two molecules is known as intermolecular force. For example, if you consider water, there will be intermolecular force of attraction in between two water molecules. Okay, so this intermolecular force of attraction will be of two types, cohesive force and adhesive force. So cohesive force again is the force of attraction between the molecules of same substance. Okay, so here if we consider intermolecular force of attraction in between molecules, suppose those two molecules are of same substance, that will be known as cohesive force. For example, intermolecular force of attraction in between two molecules of water. Okay, so one molecule is get attracted by another molecule because of intermolecular force, and those molecules are of same substance, so that we are calling it as cohesive force. What do you mean by now adhesive force? Adhesive force, that is again the force of attraction between the molecules of different substance. Okay, different substance. So example you can consider, suppose we consider a water in a glass beaker. Okay, so there will be force of attraction in between glass surface or molecule, that is molecule of solid, and the molecule of water. So that force of attraction in between those two molecules of different substances is known as adhesive force. Okay, one more example you can consider, suppose we are using certain sticky material, for example adhesion, some adhesion we are using, for example Fevicol or gum if you are using, so there will be actually attraction in between the molecule of gum and the paper. Okay, So that is again adhesive force, because that is actually we are using for adhesion purpose, right? So there will be force of attractive in between those two molecules of different substances. Okay, so that is known as adhesive force. Okay, similarly, if you empty the glass beaker, okay, there will be the surface, if you are observing, that will become wet. So that is becoming wet because of intermolecular force of attraction in between water molecule and the solid surface. Okay, so that is because of, that is the force which is here known as adhesive force. Okay, similarly here, now suppose we consider the intermolecular force of attraction which is attractive in between two molecules. So that intermolecular force will be actually effective up to a certain range. Okay, obviously up to a certain distance that force will be effective. In that distance, in that range, suppose another molecule comes, okay, so that will get attracted by that molecule. Okay, and if the other molecule is out of that range, there will be no attraction in between those two molecules. Okay, so the maximum distance from a molecule up to which the molecular force is effective is known as range of molecular force. Okay, so there is the always certain maximum distance up to which the intermolecular force of attraction is effective. Okay, you can consider similarly, if in case of, suppose we consider one positive charge, one negative charge, we always say here, because those are because those two will be unlike charges, there will be force of attraction. That force of attraction is actually Coulomb's force of attraction, right? Okay, so similarly, if you consider one positive charge, in the surrounding of that positive charge there will be actually the electric field, that is in the vicinity of charge there will be electric field. If another charge comes in that electric field, then only it will experience repulsion or attraction depending upon the nature of charge. So similarly here, when we consider molecules here, so one molecule will attract the another molecule because of another molecule if that other molecule is in the range of intermolecular force of attraction by that molecule. Okay, so this force will be actually effective up to a certain range. So range of molecular attraction is nothing but maximum distance from which from a molecule up to which the molecular force is effective. Next term here comes as sphere of influence. Now suppose we consider a molecule as a center and we consider a range of molecular attraction as a radius and we draw certain circle. So that sphere is known as sphere of influence. That is actually imaginary sphere. Okay, so the imaginary sphere drawn with a molecule as the center and radius equal to molecular range. So that sphere is known as sphere of influence. Now next term here is free surface of a liquid. So free surface of liquid, that we already know, which will be in contact with the atmosphere or other medium. That is, suppose we consider in this figure here, so this upper surface, that is which is actually interface of liquid and air medium, so this is nothing but free surface of liquid. Okay, so actually free surface of liquid which does not experience any shear stress. Okay, now here similarly surface film, the surface layer of liquid with thickness equal to range of intermolecular force is known as surface film. You can observe here in figure xy, x dash, y dash is nothing but actually having range of molecular intermolecular force. So this is nothing but actually surface film. Okay, just below the free surface, if you consider the distance which is equal to range of intermolecular force, that is known as surface film, right? So these are the terms we will be using for surface tension. Okay, next here comes explanation of surface tension on the basis of molecular theory. Question can be asked to you for 3 marks. Explain the concept of surface tension on the basis of molecular theory. 3 marks. Okay, so what is expected to write, because this is only theoretical explanation, you will draw your figure, you will write the notations here, okay, that is consideration in the figure. Then you will explain the figure. So here we will consider actually 3 cases. So suppose we consider we are taking a liquid, okay, liquid in a container or in a tank, okay. Now suppose we consider PQRS is nothing but surface film for the liquid, okay. Now here we consider at the top of the above the free surface of liquid there is air medium, and we consider here 3 molecules of liquid A, B and C. Now here molecule A we consider completely inside the liquid, okay. So this molecule A is completely inside the liquid means what? It is acted upon by all neighboring water molecule, all neighboring liquid molecules, okay. So if you draw a sphere of influence for molecule A, that sphere of influence lies completely inside the liquid, okay. And here because of all other neighboring molecules there will be, because these will be molecules of same substance, so there will be cohesive force. So this molecule A is attracted equally from all direction by the neighboring molecules of liquid, okay. So the force which is acting we can observe here in figure, all these arrow. So the force which is acting for the molecule A, so all the force component of force if you observe, that is one is cancelled by another opposite component, right. So the all the vectors here get cancelled, means the net force acting on the molecule A will be 0, okay. Now similarly suppose we consider molecule B. Now this molecule B is just below the free surface of liquid, okay. For this if you draw a sphere of influence, some part of the sphere of influence lies in the air and approximately more than half portion lies in liquid or water, okay. So if you consider, because there will be air molecules are actually at very large distance from one another, so the air molecule which will be coming here in contact with this sphere of influence with the liquid, that will be very less. So you will neglect the force of attraction here between air molecule and water molecule. So adhesive force here we will neglect and we will only talk about cohesive forces, okay. So this molecule B is again attracted by neighboring or other molecules, okay. So the if you draw here cohesive forces vector here for molecule B, so here we are observing all these components, like this component cancel by this component cancel by this component cancel by this. But when you consider this vertical arrow, so some part of the downward vector, downward force is cancelled but not total, right. So the net force acting on the molecule B will be in downward direction. So molecule B is acted upon by the liquid molecules in downward direction, right. So it will be going inside the liquid. Now here if you talk about for molecule C is at the free surface of liquid, so half portion of its sphere of influence lies in air and half lies in water. Again adhesive force will be negligible because it will be very small, because air molecules for this much part of sphere of influence will be very less, okay. So the force of attraction in between air molecule and water molecule will be very less, okay, that is very small, we can neglect it. So if you talk about here the force, that will be actually only cohesive force, okay. So we will consider here cohesive force for the molecule C for the with the neighboring molecules. So again if you are observing here the vectors, this vector cancel by this vector, so the resultant force which is acting on molecule C is actually in downward direction. So the resultant downward cohesive force we will observe for the molecule C, okay. So what here is our conclusion, that the molecules which are at the free surface of liquid and just below the free surface of liquid, these are acted upon by net downward cohesive force, so they will be going inside the liquid, okay. Now here the molecule which is completely inside the liquid, there is no force acting on it, it will remain as it is, okay. So here what is the reason now here? Next here the resultant downward force acting on such molecule will be maximum, that is the molecule which is on the free surface of liquid and just below the free surface of liquid. So due to this downward force, the potential energy of molecules, that is for the surface film, will be higher, right? So the potential energy for these two B and C molecule will be higher as compared to A, because A is at less height, so potential energy will be less. These are at higher height as compared to A. They will be having some larger value of potential energy. Now this is the natural tendency of body. It will always try to minimize its potential energy. So what will happen? They will be going in downward direction because of that resultant net cohesive force. So the number of molecules on the free surface of liquid will be minimum, okay, because all the molecules on the free surface of liquid and just below the free surface of liquid are going inside the liquid because of downward net cohesive force, okay, and they are trying to minimize their potential energy. So what will happen? The number of molecules on the free surface of liquid will be minimum, and because of that minimum number of molecules, this free surface of liquid will have minimum surface area, right? So as a result, the free surface of liquid act like stretched elastic membrane, okay. So that's why here small insect can walk on the surface of water. Even you can observe the dimple for their footprints like this, okay, and very light objects will float on the surface of water, okay. Now here, if you consider here now the proper definition of surface tension, so for that we will consider, suppose a liquid we consider in a container, okay. So again we will talk about free surface of liquid. On that free surface of liquid, suppose you draw certain imaginary line, okay. So the tangential force per unit length of the imaginary line drawn on the free surface of liquid is known as surface tension, okay. That is, we will draw certain imaginary line on the free surface of liquid, and there will be the force which will be acting tangentially or normally to the length of the imaginary line. So if you are taking the ratio tangential force per unit length, okay, so that is nothing but surface tension, okay. So the tangential force acting per unit length on both sides of imaginary line drawn on the free surface of liquid is called surface tension. So formula will be, notations for surface tension is capital T, so T equal to F upon L. For F, unit will be Newton, for L, unit will be meter. So SI unit is Newton per meter, or you can write in terms of joule as joule per meter square. Similarly here, CGS unit will be dyne per centimeter or arc per centimeter square. When you talk about dimension here, we already know for Newton, Newton is equivalent to kilogram meter per second. So dimension will be M1 L1 T minus 2. Divided by meter means you will divide by L1. So our dimension will become L0 M1 T minus 2. So this is the dimension of surface tension, okay. There is no need to memorize dimension directly. You can always derive the dimension by using formula. From formula you will write SI unit, then from SI unit you will write dimension, okay. Certain values of surface tension here is given. Now next here comes surface energy, right. So we already know the object or any body is having natural tendency. It tries to minimize its potential energy, okay. That is, the molecules which are on the free surface of liquid and just below the free surface of liquid, they are going inside the liquid because of downward resultant cohesive force, okay. That is, they are trying to minimize their potential energy. Now suppose you want to bring any molecule from inside liquid to the surface, okay. That is, we are doing reverse thing, okay. That is, we are bringing any molecule from the inside the liquid to the surface film. So work we have to do, for that we will require certain resultant force. So this work done will be stored in the form of potential energy, right, okay. Now when we consider here, when molecule is at surface, its potential energy will be greater, right, and when molecule is inside the liquid, its potential energy will be smaller. So this extra energy held by the liquid surface is called surface energy. Okay, so you have to know the term here. What do you mean by surface energy? So this surface energy is what? The extra energy held by the liquid surface is called surface energy, because when molecule is at surface, its potential energy is greater. When molecule is inside the liquid, its potential energy is smaller. So any system tries to attain a state of minimum potential energy, and the liquid tries to reduce the area of its surface film and energy spent in order to increase surface area of liquid. Okay, so this is the surface energy. So here the molecules which are on the free surface of liquid, which are just below the free surface of liquid, they are trying to minimize their potential energy. Okay, so they will go completely inside the liquid. Suppose you want to do, that is, you want to shift molecule from inside liquid to the surface film. So we have to do certain extra work, that is work we have to do. So this work done is stored in the form of potential energy, and this potential energy is nothing but known as surface energy. Okay, so this surface energy is nothing but potential energy. Unit here will be joule. So surface energy SI unit is joule, and dimension for joule is, because joule is equivalent to kilogram meter square per second square. So M1 L2 T minus 2. Okay, so this is the dimension of surface energy. Okay, next thing here is different applications of surface tension. So in real life we are always using toothpaste. So this toothpaste, when mixed with the water, actually what is happening, it decreases the surface tension of water. So that is, it will clean the mouth or teeth effectively because of decrease in surface tension of water. Similarly, mostly we are using detergent, okay, with the washing purpose. Okay, so what is the use of detergent? What detergent does here? So the detergent, when it mixes with water, it again reduces the surface tension of water. Okay, so because of that, this detergent, that is this solution, detergent solution or soap solution, will be going or penetrating inside the cloths effectively, so that it will remove the stains. Okay, so it will remove the dirt. Okay, so this is the one more application of surface tension. Similarly, if you observe here, mosquito eggs normally float on the surface due to high surface tension and breeds. Okay, this is our observation in rainy season mostly, where the water is actually stored. Okay, so these are all certain application of surface tension here. Okay, next thing here, you have to determine relation between surface energy and surface tension. We just talk about here surface energy and surface tension, right? So what we will do here, suppose we consider certain rectangular frame of wire. We will fold the wire in rectangular shape. Three sides of this rectangular shape is fixed, and this fourth side is actually movable on these two parallel sides. Okay, so this QR side is movable on these parallel lines. Okay, so we consider PQRS, rectangular frame of wire. This Q and R side is actually movable on this. What we will do here, we will just dip this rectangular frame in certain soap solution and taken out. So what will happen? Soap film is prepared on this. Okay, soap film is made on this. So what we'll do here now, suppose we consider, because of the surface tension of soap film, suppose the force acting here is F. Okay, this is the force acting on QR due to the surface tension of soap film. Okay, because what is the property of surface tension? It tries to minimize the surface area. So it will try to minimize the surface area of this rectangular frame. So as because these three sides are fixed, this is movable, so it will exert the force which will be inward, that is, it will decrease the surface area of the film. Okay, now here if you are writing expression for F, so we already know T equal to F upon L. So F will be T into L, right? So we will consider F equal to T into L. Why we are multiplying by 2? Because you will consider both side of surface film, that is upper and lower side of surface film. That's why we are multiplying by 2. So F equal to T into 2L. Now here, now suppose we want to move this frame, that is we want to move this wire through a distance dx by using force which is opposing this force due to surface tension. So what we have to do? We have to do certain extra work, that is work done. So work done is equal to force into displacement. Force is F, displacement is dx. Okay, because these two are equal and opposite forces, so F dash dx, you can write it as F dx. Okay, now here F is T into 2L dx as it is. Okay, now T, if you are taking out this 2L dx, this is actually L is nothing but length here and dx here. Okay, so this rectangular strip, if you observe, Q dash R dash, this is having surface area L dx. Now so this much strip we will be observing from lower and upper side, so you will multiply by 2. So this 2L dx is nothing but dA, which is nothing but increase in surface area of two surfaces in the film. Okay, so this dA is nothing but increase in surface area of the surface in the surface film. So dW you can write as T into dA. This work done is stored in the form of potential energy, okay, which is known as surface energy. So this is we are calling as surface energy, which is equal to TdA. So surface tension can also be defined as surface energy per unit area, that is T equal to dW by dA. So this is the relation between surface tension and surface energy. Okay, so this is all about for today's lecture. We will continue on lecture, okay, in for the topic which is actually angle of contact. Okay, thank you so much.